Hello, men, and welcome back. I am Camarilla. This is MGTOW Camarilla. Today, we're going to be talking about something very near and dear to my heart. We're going to be talking about the MGTOW community. This is actually going to be a warning of sorts, because like any community, there are individuals in it who are very toxic. These are individuals who either believe what they're saying or are trolling. And unfortunately, these types of people have a knack for tapping into the bad nature of other individuals. They prey on insecurities and misguided thoughts that people sometimes have. In the MGTOW community, this presents itself in a unique kind of way. It presents itself as men who claim to be a part of this community and espouse deep hatred towards women. I am delighted to be part of a community of men that want to better their lives. It's something I'm truly passionate about and something that I value greatly. But I do not believe that the MGTOW community hates women. I don't think that that's what we're about. I know that there are some people out there who have good reason to hate specific women, and I would never try and deny them their own emotions. But I don't think that men in this community at large hate women. Certainly, we see through their bullshit. Certainly, we strive to understand and avoid the negative aspects of women. But none of that includes hating women. If we hated women, we would actively be working against them. That's not what we do. We educate men. We help them become the men that they want to be. We help them avoid situations and people that would set them back or keep them from achieving their goals. There is value in women. Whether you value them just for sex and reproduction, or if you find something more, there's value. None of us would be here without women. And while I agree that modern women have absolutely shit all over modern men, I don't hate them for it. It's the culture that they were brought up in. And I believe that as they see that men are growing tired of their whiny, entitled, always correct, never wrong, never the bad person personas, as men tire of all of this, I think women will start to change their behavior. It's going to take a while. I don't think that the men listening to this video right now are going to reap the full benefits of women realizing that they can't continue to treat men like shit. But for the men who have sons, you're helping to make a better world for them. You're helping to eliminate the problems that helped spur the creation of MGTOW. None of us would be here if modern women were great. I don't want anyone confusing this as me saying that modern women are evil. It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that modern women mistreat men. And men have their hands tied. We can't fight back in any sort of meaningful way because we'll be called misogynist, sexist, any number of ist words that feminists like to throw at us. When feminism started, it was about equality. Now it's about preferential treatment. And it's sad because I believe we absolutely could live in a world where men and women are equal. But instead we're living in a world where women get preferential treatment. We're living in a world where men are considered evil just for having a penis. Because of a couple of inches of flesh attached to your groin, you are considered evil. How crazy is that? Pretty crazy to me. Pretty crazy to a lot of people. For the women who hate MGTOW, you need to understand that MGTOW wouldn't even exist if women hadn't shit all over men. To the men out there who are too afraid to be MGTOW, you need to realize that you have helped and continue to help shape the future of this country, and you are putting all of the power into the hands of women. You're not crusading for equality. You are crusading to be subservient. You are crusading to be wrong perpetually, no matter what. You are the men that are going to help our sons, our future generations, achieve a state of absolute discourse. Because while MGTOW is a peaceful movement where we opt to simply get out of all the shit that we don't like, in the future it may not be an option. In the future, men may be born already assumed to be evil rapists, may be born into a world that views them as less for having a penis. A lot of women are going to cry out and say, well, how do you think women feel? We've been treated as less because we have a vagina. No one is denying that historically you have gotten a raw deal for having a vagina. Okay? But in the modern age, having a vagina is like a free pass to entitlement. It's ludicrous. Men will pay for you. Men will protect you. Men will do anything they can for you. If someone so much as disagrees with a woman nowadays, there will be legions of white knights ready to defend her honor, seemingly doing it because they're really nice guys who have seen the Enlightenment. But in actuality, they're doing it because they want to get laid. I think we all know by now how well that goes for them, but that's why they're doing it. We live in both fascinating and terrible times. We live in an age where you do not have to be confined to the body that you were born in. You do not have to be confined to the gender that you were at birth. And while I don't really have a strong opinion either way about those specific things, as I am not transgender, I think it's amazing that we live in a time that people have options. People have never been more free to change what they don't like about themselves than now. However, in the midst of all of this, we also live in a time where it's becoming increasingly unacceptable for a man to be a man. We're living in a time where men will automatically be perceived as evil and wrong. And I have to wonder, if the ultimate goal is equality, why is there a double standard for men? We're not going to delve into the hundreds of years that we've been moving towards a gynocentric society. I don't mean America specifically, I mean the world. America's only really become gynocentric in the last couple of decades, but the world over, women have been gaining more and more power, which I'm not even necessarily opposed to. I'm just opposed to preferential treatment instead of equality. I don't want any man getting the wrong idea and thinking that I am defending women here. I'm not. Women are more than capable of defending themselves in this day and age. Women are more than capable of being persecutors in this day and age, and will have legal backing if they choose to. What I am saying is that MGTOW is not a community designed around hating women. We're a community designed around understanding and avoiding all of the bad shit that comes with modern women. None of that requires hate, just requires that you understand. Requires that you listen. Requires that you pay attention. None of it requires that you hate. I dislike a lot of women. Really do. I dislike a lot of women that I know. I dislike a lot of celebrities that are women. Dislike a lot of women in my family. But I don't hate them. I think to hate anything, you have to have an undeniable involvement with it. We hate murderers because none of us want to be murdered. The only reason that a man should hate women at large, and again, hate, not dislike, because I dislike a lot of women. The only reason for a man to hate women at large is if he either is jealous of women and wants to be one, or if he is incapable of understanding women. Because as humans, we tend to hate what we can't understand. It's a very tribe mentality kind of thing that's deeply ingrained in us. But with MGTOW seeking to understand and detach from these types of women, it makes no sense for MGTOW to hate women. We just see them for what they are. And we choose not to be involved most of the time because most women are the type of women that we seek to avoid. It's as simple as that. To any of you men out there in the MGTOW community who preach about hating women, I respect that you're passionate about something, but I don't respect that you're trying to turn that into something hateful. The men's rights activists are a little bit more accepting of your kind, though I don't believe they hate women either. I think they're just tired of getting shit on, just like MGTOW are. If you truly hate women, there's a community for you, but it's not MGTOW. If you're tired of being shit on, lied to, and betrayed, if you're tired of not knowing, if you're tired of feeling powerless, MGTOW is for you, and we welcome you with open arms. We are here to educate so that you can better your life, and in turn, maybe educate others. Please do not fall down the rabbit hole of hating women. It is useless to you. When you hate women, you're going to want to fight against them, and that goes against everything MGTOW is about. We are about getting away from, about choosing to not participate in. MGTOWs opt out. We don't seek to change. I hope this has been informative. I hope this has helped to clear some things up. If you disagree with what I've said here, if you think that I'm wrong, leave me a message or a comment. I would be happy to discuss it with you. Might even have you on the show in our upcoming segment, Man to Man. In any case, I am Camarilla. This is MGTOW Camarilla. And men, don't fall for the hate.